Good morning and welcome to the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. I've got the city discussing possible changes for Nights of Lights parking. The woman who is part of the attempted kidnapping is speaking out. A neighborhood is protesting a new cell phone tower, and a motorcyclist lost his life on A1A. We'll get to all that and more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. A big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Science, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors, and you can support us with our likes, comments, and shares. You can find us on YouTube. You can help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. You can also follow us on Rumble. That's awesome. Facebook stars are a great way to support us, and our app is back in the Apple App Store. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Woo-hoo, it's
TGIF,
the
baby. We're here.
Oh, man. Man, whew, I'm glad to be at the weekend.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a month.
It's been a very long month this week.
Yes.
I got a spiral bound machine, and I've been doing printing to start the school year and spiral bounding things. So I've been sitting at my dining room table doing this for a week, and I've got one book left. I'm so ready to be done. Blake, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic this morning.
Yeah.
Yay.
So excited.
Indeed, I'm so
Now
excited.
what's behind you? Tardy slip?
Yep, tardy slips.
You're handing them out?
Yep, I'm finally handing them out today. A lot of people are late to the show today, so so a lot of you are getting unexcused absence unless you give me a good excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a t-shirt with a tardy slip.
Yeah. Tardy slip.
No.
Big sunshine, little Stoidum logo, and a tardy slip.
No, Amanda, do you hand out tardy slips as well for your homeschooling?
No. So if we homeschool. So if my kids are tardy, then I go in with that System of a Down song. Wake up!
I was going to say, do they not make it downstairs in time?
If they're like sleeping in too much, because like we don't have a hard start time unless we're doing like a tutor session with the class. And so there was a while there I was doing 8:30 in the morning logic tutor sessions with my kids' classes. I don't have to do that anymore. Praise Jesus. But yeah, I would have to, that's the only day that we would have like hard wake up times other than community day. And so if it's just they're being lazy and they need to get up and get started, then they get woken up with System of a Down.
Yeah.
The loudest speaker I have.
Oh my gosh. When I was in high school, if I woke up late, I lived so close to the high school. If I got up early, I'd drive.
Yeah.
If I woke up late, I'd walk because the parking lot was only like a block away.
Yeah.
And by the time I tried to find a parking place, get my car again, I got there quicker if I walked.
Yeah.
But my senior year, I figured out, I made an arrangement with the teacher, Mr. Beaumont. Mr. Beaumont. And he was like in year 35 and just ready to be done.
Yeah.
He was at my political science teacher. So him and I connected.
High school teacher.
Him and I connected. He's the one who taught me not to read moving my mouth if I'm reading to myself.
Nice.
He's like, I know I'm smarter than you because you move your mouth when you read.
Burn.
I was like, you're probably right. But him and I had an arrangement. As soon as I got there, he would hand me the attendance because he hated taking attendance, and I would take it down to the class, or down to the wherever you had to take it. Mm-hmm. I'd come back, fall asleep, back asleep in his class.
Yeah.
As long as I took the test, he was fine.
Yeah. So I was swimmer in high school, and our practices were before we only had like 2 pools that we could use, the local high schools could use. Mm. And so we had to, share time. And so our practice time was always in the early morning. And so like we were at a military base at their Olympic sized pool training with the like Navy bomb squad guys in the water. We overlapped pool time a little bit. But as a result of that, I was one of the kids that had a car. So I was put on the carpool list because parents would nope out of driving their kids to practice as quick as they could. And so I had to wake up even earlier so that I could go and do my bus route
cycle,
and pick everybody up. So I was never late to practice. I was almost never late to school because we missed our first period. That was our PE period. So we would practice, and then our shower time, everybody else is starting school, and then we'd go from the pool straight to class. So my school day didn't start until second period. So whatever my second period teacher was, I would go up to her, explain that I was on 2 swim teams. Actually, I had practiced after school and before school. Explain what I was doing. They could see my GPA and see that I wasn't like slacking academics, and be like, look, if I fall asleep, it's not that I'm not interested or I'm being disrespectful. It's that I physically can't stay awake.
Exhausted.
So I just know that. I only had one teacher that ever was like a jerk about me falling asleep in class. But the worst year was chemistry. You don't want to fall asleep in chemistry if you want to pass it.
I hated chemistry.
So I had to do a ton of work at home.
I never really got into any of the science classes.
Yeah.
I mean, I got through them.
Yeah.
You know, like I got through physics. And it was, I mean, it just
Chemistry is not my favorite science class.
Yeah. Chemistry, physics. I mean, all of them, I got through them.
Yeah. Well, with dyslexia, chemistry it's essentially a math class with a dash of science, but you have all kinds of crazy variables and like letters with numbers, formulas. Having dyslexia.
Having dyslexia with the periodic table is just flipping those letters already that are jumbled.
Yeah.
That are jumbled again. Yeah. No, it was painful.
I have to homeschool chemistry this year.
Oh, it was painful.
I'm not excited about that. I'm about to pay a tutor for chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't pay a tutor for much, but I'm about to pay a tutor for chemistry.
I don't believe you.
All right. Do we have a quick check of the weather? No, we've got question of the day.
All right. Question of the day. Movie that when you were a child, you're like, oh my gosh, I'd love to be in that movie, or you probably played the most pretend with. Okay. So a movie you saw that you probably played the most pretend with.
So I guess I'm a spooky dark child, because the 2 movies that pop into my head are, as a child, that I thought would be fun to be a part of, are Gremlins and Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Because
I can see Beetlejuice.
There's cute little critters.
Yeah,
and
I can see both of those.
I thought the Gremlins were kind of like funny hijinks. I didn't realize that there's like murder and death taking place in Gremlins until I watched it as an adult.
Stripe wasn't nice.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah.
So it just seemed kind of like a funny slapstick, and like it would be funny to be friends with these critters because I didn't pay a mortgage and I wouldn't have to clean it up, and none of my people were hurt. And Beetlejuice was just brightly colored and sarcastic, and he said weird things. That was the first time I'd ever heard the F word. And it's a funny line, and my family...
Wow, you had a sheltered childhood.
Yeah, I did. And so for some reason we went to see that in the theater, though, and I was like in kindergarten. And so that was the first time I'd ever heard the F word, and it's a funny line. Nice effing model. And then he grabs his crotch and it squeaks like a dog toy. And so I like jump up on the ottoman at home.
Oh,
and I repeat the line, and my parents were so calm, and they were like, we don't say that line. And I just didn't say it again. And it wasn't until like 10 years later when I heard the F word in that movie. And I was like, wait, I know I said that line. They were so calm about it, though, that I didn't realize that it was like, it would get me a laugh or get me a big reaction if I said it. So those are the 2 movies.
Yeah, my family was like, you're nasty. Blake, what about you? A movie you saw and you're like, it'd be cool to be in that movie or be a part of it.
Talladega Nights, maybe? Like the...
Why are you trying to give me PTSD?
What? Do you know what that formula is for?
No, because I'm just at the beginning of prep for chemistry.
It's glucose.
There it is.
There you go.
All right, so what movie?
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. It's not Jurassic Park? I really thought it was going to be Jurassic Park.
I wasn't a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of dinosaurs.
For not just a kid, not to like dinosaurs. It's pretty.
Are you into trains? You're breaking all the stereotypes.
He was into space.
So originally as a kid, I was like space. Then for some reason, like when I was like 12 to 14, I got into elevators for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
so that's how I've always made my dad impressed by remembering the name Dieselkrop.
Yeah, I hate him.
Nice.
Sorry, I said that out loud. That's a elevator. There's only like 4 or 5 elevator companies in the world.
Yeah. Otis is one. I know that.
Yeah, they're the creator. And we joked that I have an Otis car. It's no longer an Otis elevator, but it's an Otis car at the Treasury, and it's so old. I say Mr. Otis put it in himself. He wasn't alive when that one went in, but my movie is 2 of them that really stand out.
Yeah.
All right. It was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Okay, I don't know if you remember Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it was kind of a magical bed, and you could travel through all different stuff. And, you know, I remember like being that's when I was really young, and then Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah.
Became like, you know, oh gosh.
Did you ever have?
If only I owned Herbie. Herbie, I'm here for you. Trivia question: you know what number Herbie has on it?
Is it 13?
Like, you got a guess?
Was it 52?
Close. It was 53.
Yeah.
So, but
I had a
between
3.
the two of you, you guys might have got it right.
I know,
on the
right?
trivia team. So, but yeah, that was probably the one that I was like, oh man, it'd be so cool to own Herbie.
Yeah. Did you ever have a Volkswagen Beetle?
No, never did.
So I taught my kids slug bugs. It's you do. And so for a while, I don't know if he's moved off of it yet, but for a while, my son wanted to have a Volkswagen Beetle, and I asked him why. And he said, because he wanted to bring joy to people when they saw the car. That was so cute.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Hot!
That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets. Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's a perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blakes traffic report.
Traffic.
Yeah,
traffic's looking pretty busy out there.
Busy.
At this point.
Can we drop the lower third for a second?
Let me go ahead and drop it for you right now. Lower third dropped.
Thank you.
Yeah, but so
upper right is
upper right.
Now here's the thing: if you look at the camera, if you look at where the camera is placed at, it says it's mile marker 320. Mm-hmm. But however, if you look at the sign, it says International Golf Parkway, which is mile marker 323. So that camera's very zoomed in to what's actually to that camera's like very zoomed into the intersection. Mm-hmm. So if you actually zoom it back out, it might not look as bad. But because lower left is mile marker 318. Okay. So, and it definitely seems like there is a little bit of traffic,
it's
but not
moving it. Yeah, it's 16, but by the time you get to International Park, it looks like it's getting a little congested.
Yeah, and then top left is mile marker 322, which is behind the International Golf Parkway signs that you see. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's definitely some slowdown there.
And Amanda, how is your unsweet tea this morning?
It's delicious, actually. Thank you. I forgot it in the car, and I had to go back out and get it. That traffic report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Just sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine one stop at a time. All right, moving into the news. Higher garage fees, steeper parking fines among major changes in St. Augustine. St. Augustine is considering for special events. Big changes may be coming to how St. Augustine handles traffic and parking during major events, especially during the busy Nights of Light season. At a recent meeting, city commissioners floated a series of new proposals aimed at easing congestion, supporting downtown workers, and encouraging visitors to use alternative transportation. Among the biggest changes under discussion, increasing the parking fees from the current $20 up to $40 or even $60 during peak events, a move designed to push more people to use the city's free shuttle service. However, some commissioners expressed concern about long shuttle wait times. In previous years, those wait times exceeded an hour. Raising illegal parking fines is another proposal on the table, from $35 to $100 during high demand periods, something Assistant City Manager Reuben Franklin said would act as a strong deterrent. But Commissioner Cynthia Garris voiced concern about pushback from tourists, noting that visitors already complain about current fines. Creating resident-only parking zone is the third proposal on the table. While enforcement plans are still being developed, Franklin called it a significant effort the city hasn't attempted before, but said it's now on the table either this year or next year. Another major initiative, workforce permit parking, something Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein says local businesses have been requesting for years. Quote, "We all know a lot of the businesses just say, 'Oh, employee, it's on you,' and we can do better than that," she said. Commissioner Jim Springfield also supports the workforce plan, saying it's often one of the hardest parts of working downtown. 2 downtown parking lots could soon be converted to permit only for employee use, helping to free up space for visitors and ease daily stress for workers. The city is also planning to expand its free shuttle service to reduce congestion, but all changes are still in the discussion phase. City leaders are expected to revisit the proposals in the coming weeks, with more updates likely before the fall tourism season kicks in. What are your reactions to this, Troy?
All right. First off, I saw a number as high as like $60, and I think the parking garage should stay 20.
Okay.
I think that is a huge deterrent against people, and I do believe the fines for parking should go up because it's only $35.
Yeah.
So
which is nothing.
Go ahead and take the fine and find a place quick, and you're you got a 50-50 chance whether or not you're gonna. It's almost like you're playing a little roulette there, and you could,
especially with a parking garage of $20.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get into the parking garage and you see a spot where you can leave your car, you might get a ticket. It's maybe I have to pay $35, which isn't huge jump from 20, or I'm going to be driving around for the next 2 hours looking for a parking space. So yeah, you need to increase those. And I get it. People complain. They're going to complain about the $35. They're going to complain about $100. They'll complain about 10. They'll complain about any fine. So I don't think that should be a deterrent to raising
our employees.
the
Our employees carpool for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they meet outside the city and then drive the rest of the way in, and then they do that. Most of our employees have parking on our properties.
Okay.
So, but I know we're unique because that's the way the code's set for hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, downtown, if you're in the HP2, HP3 district, you're not required to have any parking at all.
Wow.
So, some of these restaurants have 0 assigned parking, and they're doing their best to get, people are doing their best to get in there. But it's always been that way.
Yeah.
That didn't start last year.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. So that's not what the problem is. The problem is, and they're not really identifying exactly, we need manpower at the crosswalks. We need manpower, like I was talking to the sheriff about yesterday. That's the real problem. We have, besides the volume, and the volume, I'm going to try and do this the best I can. The volume was no different last year to the year before as far as the number of people.
Okay.
The difference was we had great weather on the heavy days.
Okay.
We had great weather every Friday and Saturday.
Last year.
Okay. And that's why it felt so overwhelming. Weather is a huge factor, and people aren't really talking about it a whole lot, but weather's a huge factor. When it rains, guess what? Our city's not busy.
Yeah, it's not.
It's very manageable.
Yeah.
So I mean, and during the week it's manageable.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking weekends, 16 to 20 days.
Yeah.
That really can be a pain. But we had great weather, and the other biggest problem, we can do all this other stuff. We have no idea because King Street closes. We don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the pattern of where people are how they're going to react to that.
Mm-hmm.
How I don't know if you know the rule if you work at a university where you put the sidewalks.
You put them wherever people walk through the grass and kill it.
Yeah, you don't put the sidewalks in.
Yeah.
You see where they walk first, and then you put the sidewalks in.
Yeah.
And we're kind of in that situation when King Street closes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate all the attention, and it's going to be a big topic on Monday also on my TDC meeting. But, we really don't know a lot of these factors.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that the city is taking some initiative to say, hey, we are involved to help the citizens out and to help out the businesses.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of factors in here that we're not going to know until we get into it. And I think that's where I had the biggest problem with the city is that first weekend we were overwhelmed and nothing changed.
Mm-hmm.
After 10 weekends, there was no adjustment that took place that could have taken place at that time.
We need to be more nimble.
Yeah, we need to be able to MTA, make the adjustment.
Yes. Maybe have a meeting on Monday or Tuesday where you discuss how the weekend went.
Yeah, talk about the weekend and
get
say,
a plan in place.
Hey, what happened here? What happened? What happened on Bridge Street? What happened, on Orange Street? What happened, and figure it out, and you're doing surgery on this one, So you gotta be able to find the real cancer in this formula.
Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on resident only parking zones?
Resident only parking zones already exist.
So workforce only
do not exist yet.
And
workforce only, I don't know where they're talking about renting out those spaces and stuff like that, but workforce only, like I said, it's that's a situation that's always been out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why it got worse last year. And I know a lot of the people that work there, they make a lot of money and they just go, all right, this is kind of the price of doing business.
Yeah.
Is it right? I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is the job that you've chosen. So,
I know the Trinity Square area on Avila's, those businesses have a certain number of parking spaces for their employees in the Trinity parking lot. So that is something that is accounted for is the staffing needs of the people that work at Trinity Square. So it would be nice if those deals can be made around town, but there's some businesses that just aren't adjacent to a parking lot. So it's a challenge. All right.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, and like I said, be nimble enough to make that adjustment because, George, St. George, King Street's going to be closed. I believe we're going to see a whole different beast this year than what we saw last year. And, it's nice to have the conversations going and be able to make these adjustments that I'm talking about. But I think if you really want to fix the problem, you have to have bodies at those crosswalks. You have to keep the traffic moving. When that traffic stops, and even if it stops for 5 minutes when it should have only been 2, it creates an extreme backup that you never get out of.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
That's the reason there's so much engineering in the timing of lights. It's there for a reason.
And why when hackers get into the lights and mess up the timing, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, I live south of downtown. I have to go into downtown frequently for jobs and church and all kinds of things. I'm going to probably, once King Street closes, I'm going to go 312 Bridge Alliance. I'm not going to be fighting to get down Malaga. That's just not me.
And that's where, we don't know what people's mindset's going to be when this happens. Yeah. And I'm sure you might try 312 one time, that doesn't work, and then you're going to try Castillo Drive.
Yeah.
Or you're going to try Malaga, or you're going to, and we honestly don't know how that flow is going to work. And if you're not, you're local, you know exactly where you're going. But if you're coming out of Switzerland, you might come down here twice a year.
Yeah.
So that mindset, I think it's going to overwhelm Castillo, and I think it's going to overwhelm Malaga, just what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean,
San Marco's already overwhelmed.
Yeah, it is. I try to just not drive through downtown when other people want to. Try to do it early in the morning or late at night. All right. St. Johns County homeowners petition against cell tower in St. Augustine area neighborhood. A new cell tower proposal in St. Johns County is drawing strong backlash from local homeowners, some saying they're ready to pack up and move if it goes through. Texas-based company AnthemNet has submitted plans to build a 150-foot tower. This will be a cell tower near State Road 207 and I-95 on the property of the Hughes Cemetery. Residents of the Fort Payton neighborhood, which borders the cemetery, say the location is far too close to their homes. Quote, "We said no way right off the bat," but said Bob Calmers, whose backyard faces the proposed site. "If it comes here, my wife wants to move. This was supposed to be our forever home." According to the application, Verizon would be the tower's primary carrier, with the company arguing it would improve spotty coverage in the area. However, Verizon's own map already shows 5G service available nearby. Calmers acknowledged better service might help, but not at this cost. All right, we've got a NIMBY. "It's just unbelievable they want to put the cell tower that close to homes. I see the tower would just be an eyesore. County zoning rules require cell towers to be at least 400 feet from nearest homes, but AnthemNet is requesting a waiver since the tower would be just 200 feet away. This marks the fourth cell tower proposal reported in St. Johns County within the past year, and the second one in the State Road 207 I-95 area in just 5 months. The petition to stop this new tower already has over 250 signatures, with residents saying they were drawn to the neighborhood to avoid construction and commercial development. We figured there's a cemetery by the backyard that's not going to be any development, said Calmers. We're just against that altogether. The proposal heads to the St. Johns County Planning and Zoning Agency Thursday afternoon for a recommendation. A final decision will be made by the Board of County Commissioners, likely during their August 5th meeting. Residents say they plan to speak out, and they hope county leaders will listen. St. Johns County has some areas with some terrible cell service. So I get the need for having more cell towers. I don't love waivers to put them closer than they're supposed to be to homes.
Yeah, I was on the cell tower side until I heard they were asking for a waiver.
Yeah.
That's to me, it's like, okay, play within the rules.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I think they got a chance on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, are they concerned about something coming off the cell tower? Are they concerned about just the aesthetics of it?
His quote was only aesthetics and
Yeah.
not like health concerns or falling debris or anything like that. It was, they didn't want to see construction and industrialization from their view. So they chose the cemetery thinking that was the safe option.
Yeah, usually people are pretty quiet there.
Yeah. Quiet neighbors.
Yeah, but
unless Beetlejuice is there.
I know. Nice effing cemetery.
Yeah. But definitely sounds like the cemetery owns like the property that they want to build a cell tower on. It's not like the cell tower wants to build like directly like on the grave sites themselves. Like
No. It's on the land.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
And in the cemetery, the people that own the cemetery, they need help probably maintaining, and this is a fee that's paid to maintain. But I deal with 3 different providers on top of the treasury. It's big corporation. They don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And so I'm on the citizen side on this one. I was thinking, okay, it's in the code, and it's allowed, but they're asking for a waiver. I'm kind of on the citizen side on this one.
Yeah. Find a different location.
Yeah.
All right. We got Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Mobile and Circle K at South Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $2.84. We've got Owens at South Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $2.84. Sunoco at North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $2.86. Shell on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $2.89. Shell at 146 King Street at $3.09. Sunoco on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard is also $3.09. And so is the Shell on 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, 309. Gate on Mizell Road's 315. So is the Circle K on 207, 315. Gate on US 1 North is 316. You just got to get it in there. One extra penny. All right, that Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. It's 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
You said tutu.
I said tutu. I did. Live music today. We've got Ollie Twist at Marina Munch at 5 o'clock. Matt Fowler is at Embassy Suites by Hilton at 5 o'clock. New Guys on the Dock is at Beaches at Volano at 5 o'clock. Mark Hart's at Tradewinds Lounge at 5. Dewey Valles at Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's at 5:30. Jazzy Blue Bands at Funkadelic Food Shack at 5:30. Vegas Grays at Pesca Volano by Michael Lugo at 6 o'clock. Daryl Ray's at Mellow Mushroom Mirabella at 6 o'clock. Caleb Joy's at Mellow Mushroom Anastasia Island at 6 o'clock. Money for Nothing's at Shaughnessy's Sports and Grill at 6 o'clock. David Watt Besley's at the Tides Oyster Company and Grill at 6. Big Papa Fish is at DJ's Clam Shack at 6 o'clock. Jeremy Price is at Oasis Deck and Restaurant at 6. Zaza Flamenca is at Hilton St. Augustine Historic Bayfront at 6 o'clock. Jolie's at Casa Divino at 7. Jeremy Dean's at Spencer Abbott's Tap Room at 7 o'clock. Dewey Vaya Band hits it again at Tides Oyster Company and Grill at 7 o'clock. Circus at Colonial Oak Music Parks at 7. Chillicaya is at Global Bites Food Truck Park at 7 o'clock. Dharma's at the Yards at 7 o'clock. Boogie Freaks is at Fiona McCool's Irish Pub and Restaurant at 8 o'clock. Matt Wilson's at Cortesi's Bistro at 8. Kevin Edwards is at Ann O'Malley's Deli and Pub at 8 o'clock. Brothers Futch is at Arnold's Lounge at 8:30. Bad Dog Mama's at Barley Republic Irish Pub at 9 o'clock. Alan Dalton and Terry Campbell's at Milltop Tavern at 9. And Mandela Music is at Prohibition Kitchen, closing out the night at 10 o'clock.
That sounds like Brothers Futch are back. they haven't been in the list in a while.
Yeah.
And you started at 5 o'clock.
I did.
That wasn't
starts
even
at 5.
that wasn't even the new ones.
We didn't get the first musical act at Ben 39 at 1 o'clock.
So there's a couple things to do in town. Don't say you're bored.
Yes. That music report brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite Contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, tapping into the trends with Troy. We're going to go to something a little local that's hitting the interwebs. People are talking about. You've heard of dating apps?
I've heard of them.
I've never been on them. I've never used them. I know there's a swiping feature and people use them to hook up.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Blake?
I probably was on them maybe for 2 months and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just wasn't my thing.
It ain't working.
Blake is one of those. Okay, he'll get on, but he'll get off. He'll get on, and get off. Yeah.
Well, the business model of the apps is to keep you addicted to the app. So the business model isn't to find you a forever partner, because then you're off the app and you're not theoretically you're off the app and you're not on them anymore. You're not a customer.
The big thing is they want you to get their premium subscriptions where you can find a date faster. That you can have unlimited likes. You can have unlimited hearts. You can have 3 super boosts. You can have that's this, that, and that. And it's definitely designed to keep you to keep those desperate folks on their app. Because they're worried that there's parental pressure on behind you.
Get married, have babies.
Yes.
All right. So dating apps are nothing new. But what about the Disney adults? So you've got Disney adults out there.
Yeah.
They're lonely.
Is there a dating app for Disney adults now?
There's one in development.
Oh my gosh.
So you've got Disney adults.
Show me your ears.
Love going to the parks, right? They have annual passes. They're at the parks multiple times in the year, but they're at the parks alone. And that's sad. They're having a hard time meeting someone that loves Disney as much as them and loves love as much as them. So in development by a
I can't believe it's
adult.
taking this long, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked.
I know.
Because, I mean,
What's crazy to me is that there were like websites to connect disabled people with rich families faster than there was a Disney adult dating app. Because if you have someone that's like in a wheelchair or has mobility issues, you get to skip lines. And so there was literally a business model of people that had like a disability, like a disabled parking and the whole deal that could get the skipped line.
go to Disney with me. I'll pay your way.
And so rich people would pay disabled people to join their party just so they could skip lines. And that happened faster than the Disney adult dating app.
And now you have to actually have a Zoom online call with your handicapped person.
Okay.
So like we were either going to go to Disney or we were going to go to Great Wolf Lodge, and we actually chose Great Wolf Lodge a couple weeks ago. But I called Disney and said, okay, I know you guys have changed your, because with Ty, waiting in lines is not a good thing.
Yeah.
And I was going to schedule the meeting where I would have me and Ty have to do. I didn't actually. I almost wanted to do the meeting just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
For
research.
But before you walked in, you went into their guest services area, and you got your pass, and it took care of the family, and you were good to go.
Okay.
And at Legoland, they have the same thing. So it's necessary, but I didn't realize that there was an app that you could rent a handicapped person.
There was a website at least.
Okay.
It was
wild.
in the early like 2010. So like 2010 to 2015, there was a website that would connect people. And that was when we were going to Disney a lot in that time period. So that's why I heard about it. But I haven't even told you the best part. The dating app's name.
I can't really.
I
have so many inappropriate things going through my head. I'm just going to let you say it.
It's one of them. I can tell you that. It's one of them.
Okay.
So the name was designed by someone who is so pure of heart that I don't think they know how it sounds. Single riders.
Oh, God, no.
So
Why?
innocent, so naive. But they named it Single Ride because they're the only person on the bench or in the little casket car at the Haunted Mansion, and they want someone to sit next to them on the ride, and that's very sweet. But that's not the way I heard it.
If you're in the Haunted Mansion and it's just you and the ghost, that's sad. That's just sad when you turn around and you're like.
Or when you have the duo ghosts, so it's just you and you got two ghosts like
between the ghosts. Oh,
single riders.
Oh gosh.
I may be desperate to try to find a date. I am not that desperate to go to Disney adults on a website, on an app called Single Rider.
Wow.
Well, if you're not a Disney adult, I think
there's
you'll get
already a
kicked
website out there called that.
But is there an app?
And it has nothing to do with Disney.
Walt Disney's rolling over and it's great.
Gosh.
Okay. So there is a dating app for everyone.
Wow.
Including single riders out there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in the beta phase this year and launched fully available in 2026 if you're a Disney adult.
I'm imagining the texting going back and forth. Hey, show me your ears.
Show me your ear collection.
Yeah. Oh, creepy and nerdy all at the same time. Are you a single rider? I am.
Do you want to get on my people mover?
Yeah. Wow.
I love it.
Wow. All right.
Okay. Getting serious now.
Yeah.
Woman who escaped St. Augustine kidnapping says fear of losing her job was the main reason she tried to stop the robbery. Today, we're hearing directly from the young woman who fought back during an attempted robbery and kidnapping outside a St. Augustine smoke shop. She says the reason she confronted the suspect may surprise you. 18-year-old Emma Marine says she tried to stop the 31-year-old Michael Tundador from leaving the store with stolen items because she feared she'd lose her job if she didn't. Honestly, to keep my job, Marina told St. Johns County Sheriff's Office in an emotional interview, I was worried the boss was going to fire me if I didn't. Marine said her fear wasn't unfounded. Just days before the incident, she says her sister, who also worked at the shop, had merchandise stolen during her shift and was told the loss might come out of her paycheck. Quote, he threatened to fire her if it happened again or take it out of her pay again, Marine explained. So when Tundador tried to walk out with nearly $270 in stolen merchandise, Marine says she stood in his way. That's when, according to authorities, he forced her out of the store and tried to shove her into the pickup truck. She managed to fight him off, and a Good Samaritan intervened, prompting Tundador to flee. He was later arrested and now faces charges including kidnapping, robbery, and grand theft auto. As for Marine, she says both she and her sister were let go from the job and haven't heard from the store owner. News 4 Jax reached out to the store manager, who denied Marine was fired but refused to answer further questions. Physically, Marine suffered minor wrist injuries, but she says it's the mental toll of what happened that's far more lasting. She's now pursuing therapy as she works to recover from the trauma. I'm just trying to stay busy, she said. Authorities are calling Marine's action brave, but stress that no job is worth risking your life. This is not the ending any of us wanted.
Well, and I don't know the entire story, but it sounds very fishy.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't. It's tough to. It's easy to say because this girl did everything she was supposed to do on the attack.
Yeah.
I don't know
to save her life.
What possibly could have made the firing happen? I mean, she did call out her boss pretty bad in that article right there.
She did.
I do have a theory. I do have a thing because I've been looking it up as well because she mentioned that she was 18 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I looked this up as well. In Florida, it's starting since 2021. It's illegal for anyone under 21 to work in a smoke shop. So possibly because since the story got out,
that's on the boss. Not doing his due diligence.
Yeah.
So wow.
So possibly because since the story got out.
Maybe he just went, "You're 18."
Yeah.
Right. Should have asked that before.
so maybe possibly because since the story got out, it's then that all of a sudden now it's okay, we can't have an 18-year-old working at a smoke shop anymore. I'm sorry, you're fired.
That's a state law, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the sheriff would be interested in hearing about an 18-year-old working at a smoke shop illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's probably a civil thing.
Yeah.
Probably a fine that comes along with that. So
I wonder who you would call to ask that question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
If anyone has time. Just curious. All right. Yeah. I don't like this at all.
yeah.
All right. I hope she gets a great job.
Yeah, I hope she does too, because I think she proved to fight back was the right way to go.
100%.
And she could be an inspiration to a lot of women that just kind of lock up.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. All right. St. Augustine motorcyclist dies after bike leaves roadway, overturns onto State Road A1A. A 62-year-old man died on Thursday afternoon after his motorcycle ran off the roadway and overturned, the Florida Highway Patrol said. According to FHP, the incident happened in Flagler County as the biker was heading south on State Road A1A just before 1 p.m. The agency said the motorcyclist was wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. The reason for the crash remains under investigation, Florida HP said. This is very sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family as they go through this. I mean, we had a car totaled heading north on US 1 because of a deer. I can tell you on my way here yesterday, a deer ran out in front of me on Lewis Speedway. Mm-hmm. The mother got across, the baby came after her and ran towards my van and then took off. There's a lot of deer on the roadway, so that's a scary situation. We don't know exactly what happened with this man. That's just my speculation.
Growing up where I was at, and Bike Week was right around the corner
Yeah.
from us, and I just got to see so many horrific things. And
Yeah.
I know people love motorcycles, and very responsible people. My best friend is a motorcycle guy. But I that's one thing I told my boy, they're never allowed on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So I just the fear that I saw, it's just such a sad thing. So, and you just don't know. You don't know when it's going to happen. So.
Yeah, I actually was friends with an older gentleman at our church who passed away the same way. He was a pilot in the military, and when he retired from the military, he enjoyed riding motorcycles, and he was just out riding around one day because the weather was good, and his motorcycle left the road, and he didn't make it. It's a very sad situation.
Yep. Yeah, I lost a brother-in-law that way. So.
Yeah. Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this Freaky Friday, I will flounder through the findings of our followers.
All right.
Sorry, Bobby, I never saw your thing. I know that was
He
horrible.
scrolled back. I noticed. That freaky floundering is brought to you by B&S Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to B&S Signs. Proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. And this July, when you purchase a Handy House, $100 will be donated to Unity Outreach of St. Augustine, helping to provide mammograms and support for breast cancer patients right here in our community. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092, St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Troy, comments report.
All right, comments. There was a lot of comments about the Night of Light stuff and all the different things out there. But I have another gas report over here because we had a lot of people helping us out with that.
Nice. Thanks,
Tim, thank you. Wawa was at 314 and Costco was at 261. Speedway at 314, BP at 315. I think that was Joy. I was locked in the comments over here. And at Hammock down in Palm Coast, it was 302. Pretty sure that came from Kenny. All right. Some of the movies people, and these are all great ones, and I'm sure these all popped into my head too. Smokey and the Bandit,
Nice.
would have loved to have been in there.
Yeah.
I love the Snowman, and I think his dog's name was Flash or something. No, it was Fred. Fred. All right. Mighty Ducks. Everybody wanted to do that Power V thing that they did. And Mary Poppins. I mean, Chim Chimney. Come on. Chim Chimney. Yeah. Come on.
You know a movie that I just thought of? City Slickers. That's why I wanted to go on a cattle run. Like, I still kind of want to go to a dude ranch and do a cattle run. I need to get in shape for it first.
And in the comments, some people said we need Jetsons vehicles, but I never knew where they parked.
They hovered.
But they had to park somewhere.
Yeah.
That would kind of ruin the Night of Lights if all the cars were parked above them.
Yeah, blocking the lights.
Yeah, you still had to park
I don't know
somewhere.
how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Unless you could just send it up and it goes and hovers in a safety trajectory, and then you can call it back down.
Yeah,
but that would just waste fuel or its power source, though. Because eventually,
I'm a Republican. I don't care about wasting fuel. Sorry.
we've discovered that the cobalt and the lithium and all that stuff is not exactly as green as people think.
No,
it's not at all. Do we have a Stoidum stat?
All right, Stoidum stat. There was a couple of them out there. One of them we can't use because it messes up the algorithm.
Yep.
But if you want to do this day in history, look it up in 1925. All right, but the one I went with, and this is the one I remember because I actually do remember this. 1976 Olympics. Pretty sure it was in Montreal, and this is where the first gymnast got a perfect score.
Nice.
It was a 14-year-old girl named Nadia Comaneci, and she just was amazing. She since became a U.S. citizen. Her coach became one of the major players in bringing U.S. women's gymnastics up, and that was Bella
Yeah.
Caroli. Did I say it right? Caroli. I think it's Caroli.
Okay.
But I remember Nadia and just how amazing she was. She was 14. She was only a couple years older than me. I was probably like 8 at the time, or 9 at the time.
Yeah.
And oh, my iPad's going off over there.
I'm vindicated from last night.
Yeah. Dang it, John, you know I'm on air. And you know, so it was really one of those amazing things, and it made women's gymnastics actually one of the most watched sports during the Olympics. And that's when the Olympics was a big deal.
But you don't consider subjective sports to be sports.
Huh?
You don't consider if there's a judge for it to be a sport.
Yeah, it's more of an activity, but there is a judge. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the one that really set. I mean, they're athletes.
They are athletes.
But yeah,
participating in an activity.
I really want a clear winner and finisher, and she actually was a real clear winner on this one. So.
Right on. Very cool. So the only gymnast.
No, Simone too.
Yeah. All right. That Stardom Stat brought to you by St. August Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today because it's delicious. Do we have plugs?
All right, we got plugs. Tomorrow we're doing a lot of stuff with the State Road 16 home again. We're really close to having that open. It'll be open hopefully next month, and we'll be able to take care of some people at that location. It's been a long process. It's been a long time coming. And I just want to say thank you to the county and all the amazing donors that we had, because you know the county gave us they granted us to do this a nice chunk, but we also raised almost $1 million on our own with different donations, and all the people that have participated that are out there watching. I just want to say thank you because we're so close right now.
Such an awesome effort, and those buildings look great.
Yeah.
Do you have any plugs, Blake?
Troy's 2 cents Leah today at 9:04 a.m.
Yeah,
9:04.
Oh, it's going to be the best one ever.
So take a quick break, go to the potty, and come back. 9:04.
I don't care if you watch me on the potty.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube and our Rumble. No bollocks tonight. We'll see you Monday. Bye, guys. Bye.